Hey, how you doing? Good evening. You know, I got to stop saying Happy Homebrew Wednesday because it's not a Homebrew Wednesday today. It's a Homebrew Friday, or Effet Friday. So today I'm going to do a beer review on my beer. I don't think I've ever done a review on my beer before. Actually, I think I did. I think I poured one out of a bottle one time, I'll start out with saying that a Canadian Sasquatch, thank you for helping me name my beer. Zwarte, Naar, Gouden, if that's how you pronounce it. I think it's supposed to be dark to golden. It didn't quite work out that way because the beer didn't. You know, I took a maple porter recipe and I converted it into a Belgian ale, Belgian pale. And I thought it was going to be lighter than it was. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to compare. I went and I drank a Chimay 5 cents, which is a triple white, just to try to kind of get my head in the right frame of mind for a Belgian ale, for what kind of calibrate me for what a Belgian ale should taste like. So I have my Belgian ale here from my keg. I just poured it. It's been a few minutes, so the head has kind of went down. It was about a finger. It's about a finger, tightly packed bubbles. I put some carapils malt in, and there were about a pound of oats. What else did I have in this beer? Here, I'll tell you what. I'll pull up the recipe while I'm talking. But like I said, I converted a recipe from a maple porter. Wasn't really sure what was going to happen, and I'm not an expert at by any means. Actually, I'm not an expert at really anything in beer, although I like doing it. Let's see here. So I have 10 pounds of pale malt Maris Otter, 1 pound of melanoidin, 1 pound of caramel crystal 60. And yes, Josh Sikora, this time it's 60. 1 pound of malted oats. So malted oats. Wait a minute. No, that's not right. I had a pound of flaked oats. I used flaked oats, not malted oats. 12 ounces of maple syrup, and then I used Brewer's Gold for the bittering at 60 minutes. First Gold at 15 minutes, and Fuggles at 5 minutes, and then I steeped First Gold and Brewer's Gold. And then I used 2 packages of Belgian Ale, White Labs, WLP 550. So that's the recipe. And what I came out with was I guess a medium brown, not quite clear. It's got chill haze in it, and that's to be expected from the oats. It's my first time using oats. Smell. It actually smells a little like a Saison, to be honest. Maybe that I don't know how to distinguish. My nose isn't very good, first of all, and I don't know how to distinguish between a Saison and a Belgian ale. But I mean, the Chimay, and I can't really smell the beer that was in here. Yeah, I can't smell that anymore. I don't know what I smell in that thing. The Chimay had a very light Belgian ale, or I would call it Saison-ish, smell to it. This one, it's a lot more pronounced because I use 2 packages. I use 2 packages of yeast all the time because I'm not confident in doing starters and all that. I don't have the little agitator stone and the little spinner stone and magnet and all that. So I just pitch 2 packs. Anyway, so let's go in for a taste. It is very, very complex. First of all, the oats did a number on the mouthfeel. It's very thick. It's not very thick. It's lightly syrupy as opposed to what I normally make with my brown ales and porters. It's a little more syrupy. So I certainly notice the effects of boosting up the mouthfeel that I get with the oats. So right away, wow, there's a lot to describe here. right away, the carbonation is a little higher than I normally do it. I let it sit in 30 psi for about 2.5 days, and I kind of gently rolled it for about a minute and a half to get it carved. So it's got a decent amount of carbonation in it, which I like. I think it's proper for a Belgian. So when I first drink it, the carbonation is the first thing you notice, and then right away the creaminess. It's something about it's kind of a smooth, creamy with the carbonation, which is kind of strange. So then it starts, I get kind of a toasted biscuity kind of flavor right there in the middle after the carbonation and the creaminess. And then that it's weird, it kind of rapidly transitions to a sweet malty kind of flavor. And then right at the end is a little bit of the astringency, kind of the bitterness, not a whole lot, because I didn't put, like I said, I didn't bitter a whole lot of hops in it. That 60-minute edition, I think, was only a half an ounce of whatever that was I said. So it's not high in IBU. As a matter of fact, it's should be 24, about 24 IBUs. So. Yeah, it's almost like a chocolate, a very light chocolate, not a overly sweet chocolate, but more of a kind of a slight milk chocolate right before that kind of bitterness hits at the end. Very pleasant. I like it a lot. I was going to wait and let it sit for a week, but I carved it on Tuesday. It's now Friday, so it's been sitting there for what, 3 days? Yeah, my math's not that good. But hey, I like it. I think it's good. So I am not opposed to balling some of this up and shipping this out to some of you guys. So anyway, hey, cheers, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday.